Hello, hello. Looks like people are just starting to pop in. Hello, hello. Happy hump day, Danny. Happy hump day. So how's everybody's week going out there? Hope everyone's having a good time this week. Looks like we're just having some people popping on. Hello, Alabama. Alabama in the house. Hi, Hoku Ballistics. Welcome, welcome. So glad to see everyone. Hello, Leslie. You ready for some cool? Where are you, Danny? We are here in Nebraska and actually cooling down some. You got the feeling of fall in the air. Apparently, we're getting some smoke from Canada. Oh, you missed today's class? It was a good one. My husband moderator said it was the best one yet. So I don't know what that was about, but I will be right back. Sorry, y'all had to go take care of something real quick. Y'all had to look at a empty chair. Sorry. All right. So thank y'all very much for joining me today. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you. Please like and share the live. It helps me in the algorithms, and I so appreciate it. All right. Are we going to start with Spirit Led or? Okay, my moderator wants to start with Spirit Led. We'll see what we have going on here. We're maybe we should wait for a couple more people to join. Looks like people are popping on. I appreciate y'all. Hello, Vamped Ink. Hello, Leslie. Woohoo! So glad to see everyone. I appreciate y'all joining today. All right, we're going to start with Spirit Led. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, there is a young man stepping up. How old were you, dude? You know, I'm feeling he was in his 20s. He's thin, has dark hair. I'm making notes. I will get more information, but I'm making notes to make sure I don't forget what I had said. Thin, dark hair, 20s. I'm hearing a D name, like Danny or Donovan. You know, the thing that strikes me is that he had such a kind heart, but he ran with a rough crowd. He had a drug issue, and he is being very blatant about it. A lot of times people just, you know, they will sugarcoat, but nope. SMR, are you saying this is your person? Let's see. Okay. We have it. I think so. Okay.
And Angel also said yes.
Okay, so we are going to. So, SMR, the D name, because I see two people trying to grab him. I said we have a D name. His name is like Danny or Donovan. So which one of you, I see Alan saying yes and SMR saying yes. Which one of you does the D name resonate with? So let me recap. He's thin, dark hair, in his 20s. You have a D name like Danny or Donovan. You said your person is Robert. So where would the D name be coming from? Alan, was your person having the D name?
Her name is Angel, and she has her son DJ.
Okay, very good. Very good, so it's David. So we must be here with Alan Mom 3 because she is talking, I have a D name, and her son was definitely a D name. And Miss Allen, was your son's death related to his drug? Angel. Angel, he is also telling me that he had been talking about quitting, and I know he had talked about quitting his drug use in the past. Accidental drug overdose, yes. But he was more serious about it this time. Like he had talked about quitting. You know what he's actually showing me is that he had stopped and then he'd come back. And if anyone is out there thinking about doing that, or you know someone who does it, that is where I see the most overdoses, is when people quit and then they come back to using them because their body just isn't used to it. And that's very much what he's showing me. Either that, so I see a lot of overdoses that way. And then I also see a lot of people taking their own lives when they've switched antidepressants. So make sure if you have someone who's switching their meds that you keep an eye on them. He had been doing much better. Yes, Angel, you know, he had said that had quit. It was just, I'm hearing one last party, one last time he was going to, looking beautiful today, thank you, that he was going to use these drugs and then he was going to be done, and it was just unfortunately too much. He is also telling me there was some kind of celebration in July. He is showing me, Angel, and not 4th of July celebration. There was another celebration that your family had, and he is referencing that he was there. It looks like a birthday celebration. I'm seeing some cake and some party favors going on. So that is a reference that he was around you when that happened. He's also telling me that, sorry, I'm getting a drink. That he is acknowledging I was going to say an altar in your house that you have. I know it's not actually an altar. It's like a picture with some of his stuff around it. It kind of looks like an altar. Anyway, an acknowledgement that he sees that going on. Also, he is a shrine. Yeah, shrine, altar. Yep. Yes, on your mantle. Very good. Thank you for confirming that, Miss Angel. You know, and did she say what happened in July?
I didn't see that.
Okay, very good. Doesn't matter. He's also showing me that you've recently either had a pedicure or been talking about having a pedicure, because he wants me to encourage you to do that. So it makes me wonder if you've just been talking about having a pedicure. He's saying that you don't do enough for yourself, and he wants you to take the time to do that, because you're always busy. You're always doing for other things, and your son is saying how much. Just see my light?
DJ got something important?
No, but you definitely need one. He's very much talking about you don't take care of yourself, and to please do that. Also, DJ makes the lights in your house flicker, because mine just went off. I was like, what are you doing there? What are you saying? And he's like, I do that for my mom. So you just know that he makes the lights in your house flicker. All right. Thank you, Miss Angel. Thank you. What do we got now?
I had Angel.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we were going to do Spirit Led, and my moderator had picked you out, because he'll pick them out ahead of time. And so let's see who else we got going on here. Yes, the lamp flickers often. Yeah. Whenever I saw my light flicker, I was like, he's doing that. Why are you doing that? All right. There is a grandmother stepping up. This grandmother, I will give more information just so y'all know, but the funny thing about her is she stepped up with a fly swatter. This lady hated flies. So just know, grandmother energy, hated flies. She's also showing me that there was always a fly issue in her house, because she didn't have, she kept the door open, but I was like, where's your screen door? Okay, so I'm just going to let y'all know. She's left the door open. I don't know why bugs would have gotten in, because didn't she have a screen door? She's saying that it didn't fit well, because I'm seeing the screen door, but there was you could see light down at the bottom, so the screen door did not fit well. Okay. She also had an older, a frame house, a wood. Her house was wood, and it was white. Had peeling paint on it. She is showing me that she had window units for air conditioning, and they couldn't always keep up. She had to like fan. She's showing me sitting there in her fan. She's sitting in her rocker, just doing this, rocking and fanning, rocking and fanning. She is showing me that she was not someone that let her, she didn't really, I was about to say she didn't keep up with herself, and that's not true. She just didn't do like hair and makeup and the whole thing. Of course, she showered and took care of herself that way, but she wasn't someone who put on airs and who was really into the foo-foo things, is what she's calling it. Okay, so let me recap. Put a yes in the comments if this is your person. I want to thank y'all. Okay. Okay, so Nadia, I have to just point this out. So the other day, Nadia was on my live, and I was actually reading her, and she went live with me, and she said that she was only going to do talking to me because she was sick in bed. I was like, do you have COVID? And she said, no. I was like, are you sure? And she said, yeah, I took 2 tests. Do you feel like it's COVID? And I said, yes, I do feel like it's COVID. And she said, okay, I'm going to go take a test. And so apparently she said that she did have COVID. She said, you said you felt I had COVID even though my first 2 tests were negative. It was COVID. I don't know what it is about that, but let me tell you, I have like a COVID radar or something. I have not been wrong yet whenever telling someone they had COVID. Okay, and thank you, Nadia, for confirming that. I appreciate you. So this is a grandmother energy. She hated flies. She absolutely hated flies. She walked up with a fly swatter. She had flies in her house all the time because she liked to have the screen door open, and the screen door didn't fit well. She's showing me around the door there is an opening. She lived in a wood house that was painted white that did need to be painted. She had a window unit that didn't tend to keep up with the heat where she was from. She showed me rocking and fanning, rocking and fanning. She did not wear a lot of makeup and dress up nicely. She was, okay, Astral Princess could be my grandma Catherine. Does the rest of it fit, Miss Astral? I was gonna ask you to go live, but you don't have quite enough followers. Okay. Miss Astral.
She did it before I was born.
Okay. I was trying to think because I'm feeling more with Astral. Astral is saying that her grandmother died before she was born, but she feels like it's her. So I was trying to think what her. I will not. Once you ask me a name, I do not feel comfortable saying yes, that's her name, because then you've put the idea in my head. And it's nothing against you asking me about the name. I'm just explaining. I'm not ignoring y'all, but when you say is her name, Catherine, is it this, is it that? I won't, then the name's in my head, so I can't say it with any certainty. She is showing.
Abby says maybe my great grandma. She had a white house and broken green screen door.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. She lived in a white house with a broken screen door. So I knew the screen door meant something because she was being very specific about it. She doesn't have enough?
No.
Okay, what's her name? Abby?
Abby Kubin.
Okay, Miss Abby. I'm going to give you some more information that she's given me. If it does not fit, please say it doesn't fit, and we'll figure out who she belongs to. I feel like it was with you because you were talking about the screen door, and she's very much focusing on it. This lady was always cooking. Like, she makes me feel like she never went out to eat, which I'm sure she did, but it wasn't very often. She just very much believed in staying home and cooking. And it had to do with the money. Like, she didn't like going out and spending money on food that she could make better at home. She's also showing me that she did all of her, you would have remembered her being at, she just said that about the kitchen. Who just said that about the kitchen? Okay, so Ashley says it does. Abby, is that her? Ashy, whatever it was. Okay, looks like we're with Abby here. She never, Abby Cuban, yep.
She
So
never went out to eat.
that was very specific because it wasn't just that she was in the kitchen cooking. She said she was always in the kitchen cooking because she didn't like to go out to eat. She didn't like to go out to eat and spend the money on something that she could make at home. And so Abby just said she never went out to eat. So I want y'all to think about just, especially those of you that are new to this reading, I will give you a message from her just a second, Abby. So you have to think about the things that came through in the reading that were very specific. She talked about not liking flies. And then I asked, why are there flies in your house? And she showed me the screen door. I was confused as how the flies were getting in the house with a screen door. And then she took me down to the bottom where it was broken and flies could get in. Also, Abby confirmed that. Her grandma, and I said that she lived in a white frame house. So Abby confirmed her grandmother lived in a white frame house and that she had a broken screen door. And I said it was also hot in this house. She had a window unit that couldn't keep up. And I was like, why was your house always hot? And then she said, because she was always cooking. I asked when she was always cooking, and she informed me, the lady in spirit informed me that she was always cooking because she didn't like to go out to eat. She never went out to eat. So you have to think about the details of the reading that set this grandmother apart from other grandmothers that were confirmed. The broken screen door, her never going out to eat, the hating of flies. So yes, I gave other information, but the other information was kind of like, it could fit most grandmothers. That was the specific things that narrowed it down to Miss Abby. Okay. Miss Abby, she is also talking about.
Buddy says you've been right twice for her.
I'm glad I've been right. Thank you, Miss Buddy. So Abby, she's talking about there are some pictures that need to be preserved. Like there are older family pictures, and I don't feel like anyone is throwing them away, but she definitely is talking about they need to be taken care of, they need to be claimed and put in photo albums and taken care of. So I'm not sure who has those photos. I don't feel like it's you. It's someone else, but just she's referencing the family photos that need to be taken care of. Abby, she's also talking about to watch your pennies. She's very much, and that does not surprise me, this lady can stretch a dime. Let me tell you, I need to take some of her budgeting ideas. But she's telling you, Abby, to make sure that you are saving your money. When I asked her why she is so diligent about you saving your money, you're going to have some expenses coming up next year that you're going to want to have your money saved for. She's saying that you don't always put away your pennies, which she's not judging you. She's just giving you a little bit of advice. She's also showing me you hanging out with she would always give me random coins she would find lying around the house. I know, and to her, she feels like those coins were just, she is diligent. I mean, she is very much talking, Abby, about those pennies add up. And you're going to want to save those. Abby, she's also referencing that there's a little boy younger than you. Is that your child or someone else's child? She's referencing loving to watch you hang out and play with this kid. This little boy brings out the best in you. And she's talking about how much she loves to see you playing with that child. All right. Thank you, Miss Abby. Thank you for confirming all the information. You did a great job, and your grandmother did a good job bringing through information that very much set her apart from everyone else. I appreciate her. Say that again?
Possibly younger brother or cousin.
For who?
The boy for Abby. The young man.
Young cousin. Okay, very good. Oh, yes, I see someone say, I'm sorry you called me Kelsey. It's Christy. I didn't even see you call me something else. I didn't. If that's the worst thing that happens to me, it's a success today. Love the shade of purple. Thank you. Your brother's favorite color. Thank you. All right. Real quick, you're welcome, Miss Abby. You're very welcome. I want to remind everyone I will not be direct messaging anyone. You can only book an appointment with me on my website at Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. For any of you who have taken classes from me who or have any reading experience, I do have a free meetup coming up on the 17th of this month. It's just an hour. I was having so many of my past students making appointments with me because I haven't had a class lately. It was like they were just trying to get in front of me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this free meetup. So Sunday the 17th, you have to go to my website under events and register for it. But you can come ask your spiritual questions and practice reading. But you do have to have a little bit of practice reading. All right. Who we got?
Kelsey Smile. Elizabeth.
Kelsey, your mom, Elizabeth. Okay, so for those of you watching and doesn't know how this works, I am going to start describing who I think is Kelsey's mom, but she's going to confirm or deny. Just because I'm calling up that spirit doesn't mean I have the right one. Kelsey, your mom is instantly stepping up, and she's talking about if she was not a single mom, she was a married single mom. You know how that goes. She was very busy all the time, and she's speaking of regret that she was always short-tempered, like quick, come on, hurry up. Everything was always a hurry. She was always hurrying. And then she said, before you know it, she was gone. And she is letting me know that she had an illness. Feels like cancer, but she is letting me know that she was sick for about 2 years before she passed. She is also referencing, I don't know if she ever talked to you about this, but she didn't like her name very much. Like she didn't like Elizabeth. She did not like to be called Elizabeth. She's also showing me that she had what? Liz, is that Kelsey? Liz or Lizzie? Yes. And it wasn't just about her being called Liz or Lizzie. She did not like Elizabeth. You know, a lot of people that have Elizabeth as a name are called Liz or Lizzie or Beth or something like that. But she did not. She never went by Elizabeth. She didn't like it. It's not that it was too long or any of that. She just didn't like it. Now, can you confirm that she was ill for about 2 years before she passed? I should have asked her to go live. Can you confirm that, Miss Kelsey? She's also showing me your mom loved clothes. She's showing me she loved to have clothes. She didn't have a lot of money to buy all those clothes, but she was very good about shopping sales, and she was always very proud. I just feel like I'm coming out to show you my new pants. I'm like, guess how much I paid for them? And she was always so excited about her deals, and she was always on the lookout for them.
I can't confirm she passed away suddenly with death, and I found her she had mass in her brain.
Very good. Not very good that happened, but very good that she did have a mass in her brain.
But she was too scared to get it checked.
Further. Okay, very good. Okay, so she is saying that she did have this mass in her brain, but she was too scared to get it checked further. So she was letting me know that she had been sick and that she had been sick for about 2 years. Oh, I love your face too, Jenny. Love your face. Okay, and so she is confirming that she had this for about 2 years before she passed. You know, she is very much saying, Kelsey, that she doesn't regret that decision when she found out she was sick and then just really decided not to get it checked out any further, because she would not have, it wouldn't have made any difference. She is saying that she still would have passed in the same time frame, and it would just been a couple of years of illness from the treatments. She has shown me a couple of times, and I've kind of ignored her, but she is showing me that there's a little dog over there with her, like a little brown one, looks like a Dachshund, like a weenie dog. But so just acknowledging that she has this little brown dog over there. It looks like a Dachshund. She's also wanting you to tell, oh, no, she sends you hummingbirds. She wants you to know that she sends you hummingbirds. And that, yes, she did visit you in your dream the other day. You had a dream. You thought you had seen her, but you weren't sure if it was a visitation or what it was about. No, it was her. All right. Thank you, Miss Kelsey. Thank you for letting me read your mom.
This morning for the first time.
Oh, thank you, Kelsey, for confirming that. She said that she just saw a hummingbird this morning for the first time. So I love when spirits do that. You have to think about now. That was not an accident. I had advertised I was going to go live. I don't know if Kelsey was already planning on being on my live, if her mom just knew she was going to be on the live. And so she sent Kelsey a hummingbird because she knew she was going to mention it when I read her. Spirits are fucking fabulous. I love them.
Flew by my face, stayed right near me, and then it left.
I love that. She said it flew up to her face and stayed near her for a moment and then flew off. So that's what I'm talking about when I say she sends her hummingbirds, doing something like that. Not hummingbirds down the street and around the corner at their neighbor's feeder. No.
Does she visit her grandbaby? She never got to meet him.
If you're, just know that if you have a past relative, they absolutely visit you and any babies you have along the way. They knew those babies before you knew those babies because you reside in heaven before you incarnate here on earth, and that's where they are. All right. Okay, it's my turn. All right, I have a gentleman stepping up, and I'm hearing the name Frank. I'm hearing Frank, but it's like people would tease him about his name. It's Frank, Frankio, right? Like he's making jokes about his name. He was in his 70s when he passed. He looks Italian. He has that classic Italian look to him. Darker skin, dark hair. He's also showing me that towards the end of his life, when he was young, this man was beautiful. He was fit, beautiful dark hair. As he got older, he kept his hair. It did turn gray, but he also got the belly. But he's owning the belly. What's that? Oh. Also, he died of heart disease. Okay, so let me recap some about this guy. He worked in the trades, he's telling me. He didn't even let me recap. I was like, what are you telling me, dude? I'm trying to recap. Okay, I'm hearing Frank, but it's more of a Frankio, Frankster. It's like he's making a joke about his... Is it possible to hear from living folks? It is. Let me get back to that when I'm finished reading this person. Is it possible to hear from living folks? I will answer that. Okay. Frankie. It could be Frankie. Frankie, Frankio, Frank. He's also talking, he looks like he died in his 70s. He looks like your classic Italian guy. When he was younger, he's showing me he was very good looking, dark hair, just suave, charming. As he got older, he kept his hair, it turned gray, but he did get the belly. He died of a heart disease. He's telling me he worked in the trades. Also, there was a component to the way he made money that wasn't 100% legal. Just gonna leave it with that. He's showing me taking money kind of on the down low, which I'm not sure if his family would know about. He is showing me that he always had a lot of cash in his pocket. All right. Like under the table. Yes, under the table. That's what he is showing me, under the table. And he always had cash in his pocket. Yes, Miss Joanna. All right, Miss Joanna. Who was this guy to you? I have to stop reading comments. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Clearly it doesn't work out for me. I just get so curious when I see the comments coming across. Who was this gentleman to you, Miss Joanna? Was he your grandpa? I don't see her answering. Thank you for sharing my live and liking it. I so appreciate it. He was your uncle. Okay, very good. I know he wasn't your dad. He was letting that be known. Okay, we would really like to know, Miss Joanna, what this under the table business was about. Some of his shyster money is what I'm hearing. Yes, I am hearing shyster money. He's showing his personality more now that we've claimed him. He's talking about his shyster money. He is, this guy he's saying was a living legend. Like, people still talk about him and his shenanigans and his also how good looking was. He's really focusing on that. He's really focusing on how good looking he was. Also, there is someone alive who still talks about him and still lights a candle for him on special days. They don't light a candle every day, but they show me, oh, he must have been Italian. Catholic, showing me lighting a candle for him every once in a while and saying a prayer, but on special days, not every day. Your grandmother does? Okay, very good. Your grandmother, he is acknowledging, didn't just have, had other sons than him. And your grandmother was all about her boys. Let me tell you, she just felt like her boys walked on water, and he very much appreciated that. She was always feeding them, always taking care of them. He is I don't know if you've been in your grandmother's house recently, but he's acknowledged she had 4 boys. Yeah, he was showing me that she definitely had some other boys and that she just thought that they were all fabulous. They all walked on water, and they were some like troublemakers, honestly. 2 were twins. Yeah. And this, it's your uncle. I'm not judging your family. Your uncle is saying that they were troublemakers, and they could just convince your grandmother that they had not done a thing wrong when they were causing all kinds of problems. He is also acknowledging that there is a toilet running in your grandmother's house. Now, is he making the toilet run? No. But y'all know I don't let people step up and say, hey, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. And so he is showing me that there is a toilet running in the house. Oh, you have your brother over there, do you? Go get him. Okay, Joanna, do you know who it was around your uncle that died from a gunshot wound? He is referencing someone around him that died from a gunshot wound when they were younger. So just know that he is acknowledging that. He is also acknowledging, Joanna, for you to... Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you, Joanna, for confirming that. I was asking her who had died from a gunshot wound, because when I said to go get David, I knew this guy had not gone to get David, but he had shown me someone that he was with who had died from a gunshot wound. She said it was her half-uncle, Rudolph. Man. Oh, he was in a bar fight and was shot. That's a mess right there. Joanna, he is very much talking about to make sure you go visit your grandmother more. You haven't been visiting your grandmother enough, he says. He's also talking about to make sure you are pursuing your dreams. There's something that you want to do with your life that you're making excuses that you don't have time, you don't have money. And he is talking about to honor the family by pursuing your dreams. You're a lot smarter than you give yourself credit for. You're very smart, actually. And for whatever reason, you are not giving yourself credit for that. All right. Thank you, Miss Joanna. Thank you for confirming this gentleman, confirming who he was, confirming the information I was giving you, and the other guy that he brought up, the one who had died from the gunshot wound, which is terrible. Being a pilot, do it, girl, do it. Yes, thank you for confirming that. I take notes in a book. Y'all see my reading book? This is what my reading book looks like. And it's empty. I just, yeah. So, all right. I'll just have to like cramp on the bottom of this page. Who we got?
Corrine, K-O-R-I-N-N-E, Uncle John. She comes across as Ren, R-I-N-N.
Okay, Corrine, your Uncle John. Corin.
That's how you pronounce it. She heard me.
Oh, you could hear my moderator in the background. Sometimes people can't hear him. They just feel like I have. And they're like, who is that whispering? Especially if they haven't, yes, that's you, Ren. If they have not ever heard me read before, they'll hear my moderator in the background and they'll be like, who is that? I hear whispering. What is that noise? Just my moderator, my helper. Okay. Before I roll into Ren, I just want everyone to know I will not be direct messaging you. Please do not Venmo anyone any money. No legitimate medium is going to contact you directly. We just don't do it. It's unethical. You have to register on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. And if you have experience reading, I do have a free meetup coming up the 17th. A lot of my students were like, we need to see you. We need to see you. And I'm not going to offer my next class until probably October when we get back from Italy. I will start one up. I should get on advertising that, right? All right. Zoom, you go onto my website under events. And it's on there. It's free. You just have to register so you can get the Zoom link. And you go on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, under events, and you register. Okay, Corin. This gentleman, if it doesn't fit, remember, confirm or deny. If it doesn't fit, no worries. This gentleman is showing me that he served in the military. And I'm not sure what his job was specifically, but he is showing me, I'm not sure actually what these are. You drop the like explosive into a tube and it shoots off. Apparently they're mortars. He shows me sending off mortars. So he was in the military. My moderator said that would be Army or Marines. So there you go. Had no idea. A mortar man. Apparently Hoku knows what it is. I had no idea.
There you go.
Probably because my moderator and my moderator was saying not Navy. Oh, Navy people can't do they let Air Force people set off mortars?
Explosives.
I have to tease him. He was in the okay, let me see what else we got. I'll stop playing Ren. Let me get back to my reading, Miss Ren. He is showing me that he had a drinking problem and that that's where he spent all of his money. He never really had anything to show for much because he spent all of his money at the bar. He had a lot of trauma. Aw, thank you. Love, love, love. Thank you. He is showing me that he had a lot of PTSD, not just from, so I'm wondering if you can't place him being in the service because he's really relating a lot of his issues back to being in the service. He had a lot of PTSD from that, and which caused his drinking, created a vicious cycle. He's showing me that in high school, like before he got screwed up in the military, he was a high school football player. You know, when he was in high school and playing football, he just had all these dreams he thought he was going to accomplish. He went into the service thinking that he was going to make a difference. And though I feel like he made a difference, he just felt like that he had ruined his life. He never got over that. He never got his mental capacity back. All right, Miss Wren, does this fit your uncle? If it doesn't, just say it doesn't, and we'll figure out who it fits. I want to answer this question real quick while I'm waiting for Wren to pop in. Someone asked, is their ex okay? You know, if your ex has passed, everyone is okay when they pass.
It's not anyone from you, maybe someone else.
Thank you, Wren. Thank you, thank you. Beverly, are you saying that this fits you? Beverly, if the person I just described fits you, put in the comments yes. Yes, okay, very good. I'm going to ask you to go live. Miss Beverly, are you going to go live with me? Did you ignore me? Invite sent. Oh, I think she's, y'all, I think that she just turned me down. She rejected me. All right, Miss Beverly, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm teasing. It is unusual though. Okay, so Beverly has claimed this person. Who was this person to you, Beverly? Beverly. Where is she? Okay, well maybe she decided to disappear. Yeah, she said the spirit was for her, but then she didn't go. Wake up, Beverly. Oh my goodness, your bone died. Y'all are so funny. Oh my goodness, y'all crack me up. Okay, we are going to recap this spirit and see who he belongs to. All right, here we go. We have a gentleman who is showing me that he served in the military and he was a martyr man. My husband was saying to be mortar man, you have to have been in the Army or the Marines. He had a drinking problem when he came back from, actually he had a drinking problem before, and being in the service just made it worse. He had severe PTSD, spent all of his time at the bar, had nothing to show for it when he passed. And he is showing me being in, it looks like a trailer when he passed, and I have nothing against trailers at all, just so we're clear, except this one was very much falling apart. It was just like he's showing me holes in the walls where he had like paper stuffed in it and all of that.
Mary Beth, was your dad a mortar guy?
Miss Mary Beth, was your
Infantry. All of them were infantry.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Mary Beth. Does the rest of it fit? Where he had just had huge PTSD and he never recovered from being in the service. He's also showing me that he could not hold on to a relationship. He had no capacity for doing that. He had no capacity for being faithful to anyone. You know, and something I don't think that you're going to be able to recognize in him. Okay. Mary Beth said no, not her. My Mimi and him were married, but they decided marriage wasn't for them.
What about Little Cass? Little Cass, does everything else fit? She said he lived in a bad trailer but passed in Mimi's house.
Okay, Little Cass, I'm going to ask you to go live. Is she going to turn me down too? Are y'all all about turning me down today? Wait, is she coming? Here she comes!
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Little Cass, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, very good. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so now you said your grandfather died. He lived in a trailer that was kind of all messed up when he passed.
Yeah, he lived in one, but he didn't pass away in the trailer.
Okay, but you can identify that he lived in it, and it was like had holes in it, and
Yes.
it was it was a mess. Okay, and then he had a drinking problem.
He didn't have one whenever he was about to pass in like those years following, but my mom grew up in a really abusive household where he was drinking heavily.
Okay, very good, very good, perfect. Okay, not perfect that he did that, but perfect that you claimed the information. And then also he was in the military.
He was in the Navy, yes.
Okay, very good. All right, so she has claimed this information. So I just want to explain to everyone watching how the spirit did it. So no one, people were trying to claim him, but clearly it wasn't the right person. So then he just kept giving me more information. So the information that really hooked him into Little Cass was when I was talking about the trailer that he lived in before he passed. That was really like he was showing me it was falling apart, it had holes in the walls, and he would just kind of stuff things in there. Now, Little Cass, he's showing me that he still loved his wife, even though he wasn't with her. Did you know that?
Yes.
He just didn't have any capacity to be in a relationship.
They stayed best friends. They were better off as best friends than as husband and wife.
Very good. He is he's owning that he's the reason they couldn't be husband and wife.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he was selfish.
And she was over it.
Yes. And he is acknowledging that she had every right to be over it, that she was just a beautiful, beautiful woman. He's also acknowledging that she always smelled good. So, did your grandmother always have nice, like, really soft, powdery smell to her?
She did, yeah. She didn't wear anything hard or too extreme. It was just kind of like a soft scent that she would wear.
Yes. He's talking about how much that he loves that smell. Now, your grandmother is in spirit?
Yes, we spread their ashes in November.
All right. You're going to in November?
Yes, both
Very
of
good.
them.
He is so excited that he is getting to spend the rest of his eternal life with her. Also, what he is saying that, oh, no, your grandmother is saying this. Have you noticed walking into a room, Little Cass, and smelling that like soft, powdery smell?
All the time. All the time.
Yes. Yes, that is called clairalience. When you walk into a room and you smell your past relative, that's called clairalience, clear smell, and it's them letting them know that they are around you. Now, spirits don't usually use that as a first attempt. So that tells me your grandmother has been trying to make herself known to you, and you haven't been acknowledged, you haven't been picking it up.
Yeah, it's been hard. It's been really hard.
You
It
know,
was
when you're
kind of
deep
my.
in
Sorry, continue.
oh no, when you're deep in grief, it is hard to recognize the signs. I'm a medium, and sometimes I miss them. She is talking about now, Little Cass, did you start school and then quit?
Yes, I did.
So guess what Grandma's going to talk about?
What?
Getting your butt back in school.
I plan on it. I plan on it.
She's a little bit. She was just so sweet when she stepped up. Not that she isn't sweet, but she's being a little bit impatient now. When you said you planned on it, she stomped her foot and she says, "Right now." I don't know if you have a community college around there that works on the quarter system, but she's making me feel like you need to go back to school right now. And I know a full blown college, they're in the middle of a semester, but
There is
yeah,
a program coming up that I plan on getting to, but I have to get accepted into it first. So it happens in November, the same time we spread their ashes. So I'm just waiting for November.
very good. Okay, because that is exactly what she was. Because to start school at a normal college, you wouldn't be able to start now until the spring. But she was making me feel like it was going to be this fall, like it was something in a quarter system. So I love that she brought that up because it definitely confirms exactly what you were going to try to do. And so it has to make you feel better that you're on the right path. She's definitely confirming that.
It does.
Do you have a dog?
I do.
Have you noticed that dog staring off into space?
Oh, not really. I mean, now that I think about it, I guess, yeah.
Pay attention. Don't make it fit, but pay attention to that dog kind of, because I see the dog sitting there and looking, but there's nothing there to look at.
Yeah.
So
I'll
just
pay more
know,
attention.
yes, just know when you do that. Your grandmother is talking about, have you recently changed that dog's treats?
I don't really give him much treats anymore. I used to give him a whole bunch, but I don't anymore.
Okay, well then, because she's saying you need to get him treats. You need to get him the treats. And usually when spirits talk about that, you've changed it and you need to go back to the older. So maybe you just need to get your dog treats in general. Your grandmother is very much saying you need to get your dog those treats.
Okay, I will. I had another dog that passed. That was my whole world the same year that she passed. So maybe the same treats that I gave him to give to the one I have now.
There you go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Is there a Pomeranian around you or a Pomeranian looking dog?
Remind me what a no, like a small
Yep, yep, don't.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
when I was growing up.
A little small.
We had a Pomeranian when I was growing up.
Okay, so we lost little Cass for a moment, but I was asking her, the grandmother was talking about Pomeranian, and heard her say they had a Pomeranian at some point. I didn't really catch when they had the Pomeranian, but she was acknowledging that they had one. Are you back, little Cass?
Yes.
Okay, you said y'all had a Pomeranian one?
When I was growing up, we had a little Pomeranian.
Oh, Tiffany just recapped that. Thank you, Tiffany. How did y'all hear that? I did not hear it. She's acknowledging that she has the Pomeranian with her. So just know your grandmother has a Pomeranian. When spirits talk about dogs they have with them, it can be a couple of reasons. It can be them confirming, yes, they have the dog. Yes, I have who you think I have. And also, this little doggy, do you remember this dog much, little Cass?
Yes, a little bit. Not much, but I do remember her.
Okay, very good. She's just making me feel like she had teeth problems. Like she's referencing that her teeth hurt and she'd been on this earth long enough and she was ready to go.
I don't remember how she passed, but it sounds accurate.
All right. Thank you so much for letting me. Oh, real quick, your grandmother is acknowledging. I don't know if y'all have talked about where y'all are going to spread the ashes or if there's been some debate, but your grandmother's acknowledging where you have decided is perfect and she wouldn't have had it any other way.
Good. I'm glad. That makes me feel better.
All right. Thank you and congratulations on your program that you're going to be trying to get into in November.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
You as well.
Let me see. And now, all right. Very good. Thank you, Miss. Who was that? Little Cass is what I was calling her. Okay. I know, that was really sweet. Hello, North Carolina. North Carolina in the house.
So that was kind of a combo, but you probably should do some psychic.
Let's get some psychic going on. Y'all ready for some psychic? Psychic. All right, put your questions in the... Okay, Claire, am I going to get to see Tristan again? I do feel like you're going to get to see Tristan again. Hello, Pennsylvania.
Is Jessica going to remarry?
Is Jessica going to remarry? I don't feel that, Miss Jessica. Change that energy.
Should Weezer get weight loss surgery?
Should Weezer get weight loss surgery? I'm feeling yes. I wanted to say no because everyone I've known that ever has had weight loss surgery, they've had so many complications from it. But I'm hearing from Spirit, yes. Okay, so I'm sorry. I have to go about this weight loss surgery. Spirit is saying yes, but just reconsider, please. Everyone I've ever known that had it has just had so many complications from it.
Larissa, is my job
I do feel like your job interview is going to go well, Larissa. Yeah, I feel good about it.
Well, Chris turned out to be my biological father.
Oh,
Dana.
is Chris going to end up being her biological father? I do feel like that Chris is going to end up being your biological father. Wow, we have some tea going on here.
Is Christina on the right path?
Christina, I do feel like you're on the right path, and don't get off that path. I feel like something is kind of pulling you, I'm hearing, back into your old ways. Don't do it. You're on the right path. Keep going. Congratulations. I know it's tough. I know it's tough when you change paths and let go of some old habits, but you've done well. Keep up. Keep up.
Is Lori going to find a job, or will her disability be approved?
Okay. Is Lori going to find a job? Is her disability going to be approved? I feel like your disability is going to be approved, Miss Lori. I do feel that.
Will Jean get a diagnosis soon?
Will Jean get a diagnosis soon? It's a little bit ambiguous, but according to what Spirit considers soon, I'm getting a no. You're not going to get a diagnosis.
What do you get about a spirit tapping Danny's son?
Okay, is there a spirit tapping Danny's son? There is a spirit tapping your son, Danny. So let's break this down. It's not a spirit that is harmful, but any spirit that scares you or startles your kids, tell them to go away. You can clear the room. You can tell them not welcome. You don't have to have special sage. You don't have to have a special person do it. You can just say, you are not welcome here. Leave my son alone. But I don't feel like it's a bad son. I would only do that if it's bothering your son.
Is Pennsylvania Grammy going to have any more grandchildren?
Pennsylvania Grammy, I do feel you having more grandchildren. I don't know how y'all do it. I have 3 grandbabies. I can barely keep up with them. I feel like I'm always taking somebody to do something.
Will Brittany's husband's new business be successful?
Yes, I got very positive, Miss Brittany, about your husband's business being successful. I got very positive about it. That's one of the biggest yeses I have felt.
It's kind of vague. Do you see Logan getting married young?
I do not see Logan getting married young, but what's young? Do I see Logan getting married under 25? In his 20s at all? I feel Logan getting married in his late 20s, which I feel like is young. Logan's a girl. I still feel like it's young. I have a daughter. Our baby's getting married next year, and she'll be 24. I feel like that's too young. It's too young.
Will Gina have grandchildren soon?
Okay, will Gina have grandchildren soon? I am feeling yes. I don't know what you consider soon, but I'm feeling yes.
Will Diana's business sell by February?
I do not feel your business selling by February, Diana. I just feel like selling by, is that April I'm feeling? I'm feeling like selling by April. Like, actually, I was feeling March, but I hate to zone myself in on such as, like, I'm feeling March, so I was gonna give myself a little bit of leeway and say April. So there you go.
Audrey, when is Jay going to propose?
Audrey, when is Jay going? Is he going to propose this year? Nope. Next year? The beginning, let's see. Let's go first quarter. First quarter of next year? I'm feeling the beginning of next year. Congratulations.
Is Amy going to need knee surgery?
I'm sorry, Amy. I do feel you needing knee surgery. I'm sorry, dear. Knee surgery's no fun. Sorry about that.
Will IVF work for us this year, Allison?
Allison wants to know if IVF is going to work for them this year, and I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that. I'm very sorry. Please change the energy. Just start meditating on. I did a video the other day on a different way to look at manifestation. So let's think about, and as I'm saying that, I'll look up and I have 111 on here. Okay, so let's think about how to look at manifestation. I have my hair's falling out like crazy. I'm taking a new medication that's making my hair fall out. I'm shedding everywhere. I'm probably going to be bald soon. So don't be surprised one day y'all come up on here and I don't have any hair. Anyway.
It's a good look.
My husband's bald. He said it's a good look. Not for me. Okay. So when you think about manifestation, think about, I equated it to my scans. Like I have a CAT scans and CT scans. Before they didn't have those. They could not see that small. Think of radio waves. How many radio channels we have. Oh, thank you, Kara. How many radio waves we can pick up now. Think of manifestation as the same. Just because there is not a machine that can pick up the radio frequency of your thoughts doesn't mean that the universe can't read those waves. The Schumann resonance. We used to not be able to measure the electromagnetic field of the earth, but now we can from the Schumann resonance. Think of your thoughts as being the same. Make sure that you're putting the thoughts out there that the universe is going to catch and that they're going to be working in your positivity. Does that make sense? Homemade rosemary water helped my hair grow so much. Pray tell, Miss Christina, how did that work? Christina. Okay, Miss Christina, I'm about to ask you to go live because you're going to tell us about this. Let's see if she accepts. She's like, what? Putting her on the... Oh, I don't think she's going to go live with me. Christina's like, what? Don't make me go live. I was just talking about rose water. Yeah, I sent her an invite. I don't see her going live.
Yeah, is that like drinking it or putting it on your head?
I have no idea. She likes rosemary water. I have no idea how you use it. I don't even know what rosemary is. That like I don't even know what rosemary is actually. Okay. Are we continuing with this?
Alan? Will my cousin ever leave her toxic fiance?
Will her cousin ever leave her toxic fiance? No. Hoku Holix. I make hair oil with rosemary. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
Hoku Holistics. Okay, I'm about to invite you to go live because you're going to tell us about this recipe. Hoku Holistics is going to tell us about this, if she accepts. Everybody's denying me today.
Peppermint and fenugreek tea.
Peppermint and fenugreek.
She's not willing.
Apparently not. Everybody's denying me today. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
It's one of those nights.
I know, it's one of those nights. Nobody wants to go live with me. I don't even know. Okay. I'm sorry, did you ask me a question? Will my son get into the school of his choice, Texas Longhorns? I am feeling he is. I'm feeling he is going to be in there. What'd you say?
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns. That's their thing.
Stephen, when am I going to get my settlement?
Stephen wants to know when he's going to get his settlement, right? This year? No. Next year? Yes. The first half of next year? The second half. I'm feeling the second half of next year. But early on in the second half, like the third quarter of next year.
Alexa didn't ask anything, but she wants to go live.
Who?
Alexa.
Where is she?
Do you see Mama T, Matt? She comes with Alexa Pro 69.
Okay, I don't know, for whatever reason Alexa wants to go live, so here, we're going to let her go live. I don't know what she's got to say to us, but we're going to let Alexa go live.
Don't you reject her now.
That's right, Miss Alexa. Don't be rejecting me.
No, this is so exciting. I love this shit. This is so fun.
I don't really know why we're going live. Do you have questions for me? What do you have? What do you have going on, Miss
Well,
Alexa?
I joined right when you said people were denying coming up, and so I was like, oh my God, let me request.
I'm in.
Just so you know, Miss Alexa, I never do this. We'll find something. We'll read you or do something.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I never just randomly have people go live with me ever. That I've always like have
No,
pulled up a
I think
spirit for
this
them.
is so fun because I think I'm a little bit intuitive, but definitely can't like read people like to their face. But I feel like I get a lot of messages through my dreams, and that's how I kind of like interpret things. So I think it's
Mhm.
really cool that you're doing this because
Okay, so
um
I'm glad you mentioned that, and this is for you and everyone, and then we're going to come back to you specifically, but I want everyone to know that every single person on this earth is intuitive and is a medium. Every single person. I mean, y'all see me do it, you see me, because I've done it tens of thousands of times. If you do anything that many times, you're going to be good at it. You just have to learn to hear the other language. Now, when I tap into you, Alexa, I'm hearing that you are claircognizant and clairvoyant. Now,
oh,
claircognizant is clear knowing.
oh my God.
Clear knowing is actually one of the hardest clairs to kind of confirm because you just know things and you don't know why you know them. But it can also be the most powerful because when you're reading spirits, they can download entire books to you using your claircognizance.
Wait, can I tell you something? Because that's really weird that you said this. I have two things. There was one time I was sleeping at my ex-boyfriend's house, and this is like when we were together in high school. I was just like tapping into like kind of like the spiritual realm. This is so cool that you said this. And I got a call from my mom that said one of my dad's coworkers got into an accident and didn't make it. He had passed away in a car accident. And so she told me to come home. And in my mind, I was like, oh my, like she didn't tell me like where he got into an accident, didn't tell me anything, just that he got into an accident and that he had passed away. And it was really sad. I was really, really upset because I actually had a crush on him. I thought he was super cool, super nice guy. I'm driving home and instantly it pops in my mind. I'm going to see the accident. I turn the corner on this highway and he had bought my old car.
Oh,
He
yeah.
bought my old car from me. And I turn the corner and I instantly burst into tears because my car is flipped upside down and there's like caution tape. The police are like, it was just insane. I broke down crying. Um, so that's one.
Definitely claircognizant at work there, clear knowing.
Yeah. And this other thing, I'm like a huge believer in past lives and I've done so many past life regressions.
Mm-hmm.
This is really cool. And then I'll let you get on because I don't want to like take up a whole lot of time. But I have always kind of been afraid of planes, but I love flying. I don't know what it is. I'm always kind of afraid of planes. But so I had this dream. It was like 1970s, took place in the 70s, and I was with my friend in this dream, and it was an American Airlines airplane convention is like the best I can describe it. They were showing off their new Boeing airplanes.
Right?
And it was like this huge carnival. There was like vendors everywhere. They were showing them off. The first plane takes off at a 90-degree angle, explodes. Everyone passes away. Everyone like didn't blink an eye. It was really weird. My friend and I were supposed to get onto the second plane. In real life, I was actually supposed to choose between Chicago and Los Angeles for a class I was going to take, and I decided on Chicago. And the plane was going to Chicago O'Hare. And so we get on the second plane. There's like 250 people on this plane. I get on this plane and all of a sudden I feel like we have to get off this plane, kind of like what's the movie called?
Okay, Miss Alexa, I don't mean to hurry you up, but you got to hurry up.
Oh, sorry. But I immediately get this like thing to get off this plane. So I tell my friend, let's get off this plane. She was like, why? I was like, no, we just got to do it. Just trust me. We got to get off and we got to run. And the plane takes off. The engine falls off the plane and it basically like gets severed on the runway and it explodes and everyone passes away. I wake up, instantly get the thing in my mind to look up the deadliest plane crash in American history. I look it up and it said 1978 something. American Airlines takes off from Chicago O'Hare International Airport. 237 passengers die on this plane. And it was just really, really weird. So anyway, that's just kind of weird that you said that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I love that. That's what we call, I love that you pay attention to those, and everyone watching, please pay attention to just little weird things that you think don't mean anything. Everything means something. Thank you, Alexa, for popping on.
Thank you.
Sure. Have a good evening. All right. Where are we? Hoku Holistics. Now you're popping on there. You turned me down. Why did you turn me down, Miss Hoku Holistics? I was going to have you give us the recipe for your hair serum thing. Where are we at?
Do you want to go? You want me to go?
I'll go. All right, here we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is that song Jesse's Girl. So we're going to start with that. We're going to, I hear someone with the song Jesse's Girl. So I'm not quite sure if that was a song that was relevant or if this gentleman's name is Jesse. But I'm hearing Jesse's Girl. Y'all remember that song? This gentleman is showing me that he doesn't feel like he was married, but he feels like he was in a solid relationship that he struggled to maintain. Like one of these guys who wanted to be in a relationship, but he really had a hard time getting the relationship mentality. He would frequently, he is showing me, ditch his girlfriend for his friends. And not in a, I mean, he's saying not in a bad way, but he just didn't cherish his girlfriend. A player. Well, you know, he was just, what kind of psychic are you?
The best kind.
The best kind. Okay, so we have someone here. I'm hearing Jesse's Girl. He was not married, but he was in a relationship. I don't think he was engaged, but he is showing me they had kind of thought about it. He was just having a hard time settling down to the point of a relationship. He is showing me like he died suddenly and unexpectedly. He's also showing me that he was about 5'11" and thin. He is showing me that he wasn't like the workout kind of thin either. He was just thin. Kind of lanky. I'm seeing lanky arms. He is showing me having a hard time getting to work on time. So he had a hard time with jobs because he was always trying to sleep in and not getting up on time. Okay, so now, does this guy sound familiar to anyone? I'm hearing Jesse's Girl. He's showing me he was about 5'11", dark hair. He was thin. He was in a relationship, but not engaged. They were talking about getting engaged, but he was having a hard time pulling the trigger on solidifying the relationship. He also just had a hard time getting up in the morning and just being an adult, basically. He didn't want to be an adult. I'm asking for my exes. It's Jesse. And that makes sense except for the job thing. Vamped Ink. Okay, Miss Vamped Ink. Okay. So does everything fit? You said the only thing that you were kind of struggling with is the job thing. Everything else fit. He is very much saying that has someone said? Okay. He is also saying that he should have grown up, basically. That he was having a hard time with this fact that he was growing up and settling down. And he's also saying that how he passed, if he had been minding his P's and Q's, if he had been, yes, a height and hair, we were in a relationship but not married, he didn't after me. Very good. Like he just couldn't handle this relationship thing. He's also talking about, you were so frustrated with him, like you gave him so much more grace than he did. I wouldn't say than he deserved, but kind of more than he deserved. You were constantly excusing him, and you could see how great of a person he could be, and you were just waiting for him to live up to that. He just kept throwing it away, throwing it away, throwing it away. And finally, by the time you broke up with him, it wasn't like you didn't love him, or by the time y'all broke up, I should say. It's not that you didn't love him anymore. You just knew that he was never going to be the person that you needed him to be. He's also showing me, I don't know if this resonates with you, he's showing me cassette tapes. I don't know how old you are, if you're old enough to have had cassette tapes, but he's definitely showing me listening to cassette tapes, which you struck me as being younger than that. I don't even know if my youngest even knows about a cassette tape. Vamped Ink. Oh, yeah. Was he a tattoo artist? You know what they are. But have you ever listened to one, Miss Vamped Ink? That is the key. Have you ever listened to one? Was this gentleman a tattoo artist? Why, he's showing me a tattoo gun. So I will leave that with you. Maybe you know how that will resonate with you. He's showing you a tattoo gun. And he's saying, he's talking also about you. Have you been thinking about starting your own business? He's very much talking about you starting your own business, to jump out there. Okay, very good. She's confirming that she's thinking about starting her own business. He's very much encouraging that. He was giving my sign for you need to make the jump. You need to make the jump, and the universe will catch you and take care of you. He's also showing me that he is the one who, were you recently like working out and your earbuds kept popping in, like they kept connecting and disconnecting, connecting and disconnecting? He is acknowledging that that was him. I don't let spirit step up and say that they're around. They have to prove it. All right. Thank you, Miss Vamped Ink, for letting me read him. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Someone on here. Shelly. Oh, she doesn't have enough. Sheila. I was going to see. She says she's worried about her son, but I can't just read her. I was going to have her go live with me to see why she was worried about her son. Miss Sheila, do you want to put some in the comments why you're worried about your son? Okay, there was a couple of questions. I don't know if this person is still on here. I forgot to ask. They asked if I can read living people. So that is hard to answer without them asking me specifically, and I don't know what they're talking about. So if you step in front of me, can I read you? Absolutely. It's called a psychic reading. I can read the energy around you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, can I read other people that I don't know? It's not ethical. So if you come to me and you're like, okay, I don't want you to read me. I want you to read this guy I want to be after called Danny. Do you have a relationship with Danny? Do you have any connection with Danny? If not, then no, it's not ethical to read him. You can't just be tapping people's energy. It's not ethical. Someone asked what kind of psychic I am. I am a psychic medium. I can basically read any kind of energy. So when you talk psychic and mediumship, that's a very broad spectrum. So how do let's break down a reading. If you come to me for a reading, typically 95% of the time people just want me to tap into their past relatives. Boom, we got it. Some of the other things, when people give me leeway with their reading, some of the things that happens, I will bring up guides, past relatives, psychic readings. Sometimes it will delve into past lives. Like I was doing a small group this weekend, and there was two ladies sitting behind me, and I said something about they were like sisters, and they said yes. And I said, well, that's because y'all were sisters in a past life. So those are the types of things that come up. Hope that answered your question. Okay, who we got? Who? Okay. All right. So my moderator is cutting me off, as y'all know. I'm trying to get back to work at full force. He's kind of fighting me on it a little bit. As y'all know, I've had some health concerns, so he's trying to help me preserve my energy. I need to start, I might see if I can find those essential oils that someone was mentioning. Get me a hair serum going on. All this hair I've been losing. I want to thank y'all for joining me. I'm not sure when I'll be live again, but I will definitely put it on my TikTok. I will not be direct messaging you. Okay, who is this? Kara, Relentless Spirits. I'm filling an offer. Will it come through? I need to answer this. Is Kara's offer going to come through? I do feel it coming through, Kara. You book with me on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. You just click book now and a calendar opens up to you and you choose the date and the time. About past lives, you can just do a past life reading with me. Yes, so that's one of the options you can choose whenever you go to book an appointment with me. Oh, Allison, you just booked an appointment with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in the next few days. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll be going live sometime this weekend. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.